Back at Wells Fargo Arena, and before we get set here with the 138-pound weight class, let's check out the Catch Des Moines standings. And Mark, 3A, as we mentioned, was all wrapped up, but here's a current look at how they stand.
Waverly Shellrock got to a commanding lead. They've been doing really well here tonight so far in the finals. Southeast Polk in second, Fort Dodge in third with a couple of champs so far tonight. Limar with a couple more to wrestle. Iowa City West just got a champion, and Iowa City West has 2 more finalists yet tonight too.
And in 2A, a couple things have changed. We've moved around a little bit, shuffled the deck, so to speak. Osage still on top.
Osage still on top. Union LaPorte City still has a chance to catch them. They got a lot of work to do, but Osage has some finalists yet as well too. And Centerville already had 2 finalists, so they're working their way up there, and they got 1 more coming up right now as well. West Delaware, no finalists, so can't score any more points.
Right, the only other team that can make any noise there is Solon in 6th currently, but they can get up there. 1A, Don Bosco ran away with this, but Lisbon doing great, and Underwood right behind them.
Lisbon with another champ right now coming up, 3-time state champion going for his 4th. Cael, I'm thinking Carter Happel. Cael Happel right now coming up for Lisbon. Underwood still has another competitor as well too, but that one is locked up as you see it. Nobody's going to adjust anything from there.
All right, that is your Catch Des Moines standings through all 3 classes. Let's introduce these 138-pounders. There's some heavily decorated wrestlers out here.
Well, as I just mentioned, 3-time state champion going for his 4th here from Lisbon, a senior 49-0. Cael Happel is taking on Logan James of Underwood, a senior 28-2. And that is a rematch of last year's state finals with Happel winning by major decision. And in Class 2A, Jalen Schropp of Williamsburg, a senior 55-0, looking really good in this tournament so far, pinning his way through it so far, taking on Nathan Genobana of Centerville, junior 30-1. And in the Class 3A, it's Cael of Ankeny, a junior 42-1. He's taking on Dreyzon Phillips of Fort Dodge, a junior 39-7.
All right, and Rathjen also pinning his way through this tournament, so a couple 138-pounders really getting it done with 3 pins each. This should be entertaining.
This is going to be very entertaining, so everybody, you better look at these screens because you might not have a lot of time to see all 3 of these guys. 2 of them have pinned their way through the tournament so far, and then Cael Happel has 2 tacks, over 20 points each one of those matches, and the 3rd match coming as a fall. So these matches could possibly end quickly. Cael Happel kind of the forefront right now, going for his 4th title. Adam Allard was also going for his 4th and was not able to get it done as Aiden Noon of Cascade prevented that from happening. Right now at 132 pounds, 138 pounds, Logan James of Underwood has a pretty tall task in order to try and beat Cael Happel.
Yeah, Logan James's only losses were to out-of-state wrestlers at the Council Bluffs Classic earlier in the season, and as you mentioned, he lost last year in the final by major decision to Happel. Happel so aggressive and so fast, quick on every move. Of course, Rathjen already scoring 2 over there, now 2 takedowns in the 3A match, but as far as Happel's concerned, Mark, technique-wise, it just doesn't get much better.
Well, I got to agree with Brad Smith and reading his kind of take on Cael Happel, says he's pound for pound the best wrestler in the state, and I can't really disagree with him a whole lot there. Cael Happel's so strong, very physical, scores from a lot of different angles. He's got a lot in his arsenal, kind of like Robert Avila, who we just saw from Lisbon win. Now look at Cael Happel, he's got a cradle locked up and try pinching that head to the knee to take him over here. He's got 2-point takedown. They haven't given it to him yet. There it is. Now he's going to try and smartly take him over here. James doing a good job trying to stay off his back, but he could only fight it off for so long. Here's Cael, not really in a position to get the fall, but he's going to pick up his 3-point near fall here. Now maybe he can make the transition to the fall. You got blood time over there on mat number 2 between Schropp and Genobana. No score in that match. Over here on 3A
Happel has moved his position, just not enough though.
3A mat 6-3 right now in favor of Rathjen of Ankeny.
Well, Rathjen also doesn't waste much time. Like Happel, though, very aggressive, getting in on you, looking for as many takedowns as possible.
That's tighter. This one's tighter now. Happel has Logan James of Underwood, and there is a 2-point near fall as the period comes to an end, or 3-point near fall, I'm sorry. So Happel will take a 5-0 lead going into the 2nd period.
Happel 49-0, 3-0 in the duels on Wednesday. First last year at 32, first at 120, first at 113 pound. Logan James also a 4-time place winner with a runner-up last year, 7th as a sophomore at 32 and 4th as a freshman at 113 pounds.
Rathjen with an 8-3 lead going into the second period.
Well, the collective sigh of the entire building as James rolled through. But no trouble for Happel.
Happel, a lot of pressure on top. Such a strong kid. Strong 138-pounder. He's going to continue his wrestling at the University of Northern Iowa for Doug Schwab. Probably grow into being a 41-pounder there, what I predict. Over there on Class 2A mat. In the second period, no score in the first period. But that Schropp with a 1-point escape from Williamsburg. He's in the white singlet over in the top right-hand corner. He's wrestling Genobana of Centerville in the black singlet with a gold stripe around the waist.
As you mentioned, Schropp, 3 pins in this tournament so far, just like Caleb Rathjen.
Here's Cael Happel again with that cradle locked up on Logan James. Trying to figure out, trying to bring his hips back up on top, see if he can punch that shoulder through to flatten it out. He's going to hook the leg. That one's pretty close.
That one might have done it. Got him in a better position there. Maybe not quite enough yet. He did cinch it up.
There's the fall for Cael Happel.
So he goes out in style.
He is a 4-time state champion. Coach Brad Smith and Dad in the corner, and Dean Happel. Pretty proud coaches and Dad right there.
Well, there's a lot of brilliant wrestlers in our great state's history. I got to imagine Cael Happel will be remembered as one of them. Out of those 28 now, 4-time state champions, he's one of the best. An outstanding career for a super aggressive, great technically sound wrestler. What a program Lisbon has. What a family.
What a family is right. Very, very proud father and Dean, mom and Dawn. Had a brother Quincy in this tournament too. Older brother Carter. Lots of family history there. Dean, former wrestlers for Lisbon as well too.
Well, there's 11 titles in the family at least so far.
Cael likes to separate himself. He likes to do his own thing, which is a good thing in the sport of wrestling. He's going up there into the stands right now. He's going to go up and give his mom Dawn a hug.
He got up there pretty fast. That was quick. He's way up into the stands. So he raced up there. Great moment for the Happels. This crowd, intelligent. They know what's going on. They applaud everything about that.
Over here on 3A mat, 13-5, favor Rathjen. Actually 15-5, just racking up the takedowns right now. Rathjen is Caleb Rathjen of Ankeny, who's a junior, going for his first state title. He's taking on Dreyzon Phillips of Fort Dodge, another junior.
Rathjen first last year at 126, second as a freshman at 113, and of course his only loss this year, Mark, was 6-5 to Cael Happel earlier in the season. His only loss last year
was
to Cael Happel. Yeah, 6-5. That's as close as it's gotten for Cael Happel, and that was an outstanding matchup with Caleb Rathjen. So that tells you how good Cael Happel is. Rathjen has just been unbelievable.
Good scramble going on here down on that 2A mat between Genobana of Centerville, and he gets a takedown over Schropp of Williamsburg. Schropp up to his feet. I believe he did get the 1-point escape before they got out of bounds. That makes the score 4-2 right now in favor of Schropp. This is the third period with 1:07 to go as they come back to the center.
Now Schropp is placed third and fifth, but Genobana as a junior, this is his third time in the finals. A runner-up both times as a freshman and sophomore. Can he shake it this year? He's going to have to go past Schropp.
Oh, he got a little extended there, and Schropp was able to get his hips and weight back and flatten out, kind of extend Genobana and get around behind him for a 2-point takedown. But Genobana was going after it right there, trying to carry. Just got a little extended right there. Wasn't able to keep his hips underneath him, and Schropp made him pay for it with a 2-point takedown. And this isn't a good situation for Genobana now in that bottom position against a tough top rider in Schropp of Williamsburg.
3 pins so far in the tournament for Schropp, 55-0 and 3-0 in the duels on Wednesday.
Stall warning on Schropp from the top position. His coach is in the corner over there telling him to keep him down. Coach Grant Eckenrod A lot of history over there in his family. All the way from Benton Community Days. Genobana now from Centerville up to his feet. 1-point escape. That makes it 6-3 with 10 seconds to go. Genobana going to look for something here. Schropp doing a great job moving his feet. Genobana goes for a headlock. Slip throw almost like right there, but a 2-point takedown for Jalen Schropp. So Jalen Schropp is your two-way 138-pound state champion out of Williamsburg.
Unbelievable season, unbelievable tournament for Jalen Schropp of Williamsburg. Just outstanding. 56-0 on the season, and now that is 3 runner-ups for Genobana. That was the 3rd Centerville wrestler in a row here. They're 3 finalists. 2 of them get victories. Genobana comes up on the short end, up against great competition there.
Genobana is only a junior, so he will be back next year. Hopefully finds his way to his finals again to try and get that eluded state championship.
Well, that leaves us with the waning seconds of period 3 here in 3A with Caleb Rathjen just really getting it done against Dreyzon Phillips of Fort Dodge. Ankeny Hawks have a champion. He gets his 2nd championship, his 3rd finals as a junior, and he'll be back next year to defend that again. So Caleb Rathjen, your 3A champion. We will take a break. We'll come back with awards at 132 pounds. But as we leave you, let's take one more look at history in the making here, Mark.
Cael Happel right there. He made history. 4-time state champion. Standing ovation, the notorious standing ovation from the crowd here at Wells Fargo Arena for 4-time state champions.
We'll be right back on the Hy-Vee Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you direct your attention to the award stand for the award presentations in Class 1A and 2A at 138 pounds, sponsored by the Des Moines Convention and Visitors Bureau. Presenting the awards in Class 1A is the father of the champion, Dean Happel. 8th place, Jordan Cael of South Central Calhoun. 7th place, Trey Elin. 6th place, Carter Krapfel, Hudson. 5th place, Jace Mulder, Western Christian Hole. 4th place, Dominic Lopez, New London. 3rd place, Heath Moyer, North Lynn, Troy Mills. Your runner-up, Logan James of Underwood. And your 2020 Class 1A 138-pound state champion, Iowa's 28th in the history of Iowa high school wrestling, 28th 4-time state champion, Cael Happel. Presenting the awards in Class 2A at 138 pounds, assistant coach Jeff Sin. 8th place, Carl Burkema, Hampton Dumont. 7th place, Peyton Drake, PCM Monroe. 6th place, Alberto Salmeron, Iowa Falls Alden. 5th place, Michael Messias, Assumption Davenport. 4th place, Isaac Bryan, Sergeant Bluff Luton. 3rd place, Cruz Kibberts, Winterset. Your runner-up, Nathaniel Genobana of Centerville. And your 2020 Class 2A 138-pound state champion, Jalen Schropp of Williamsburg. Presenting the awards in Class 3A at 138 pounds is Coach Jack Wignall. 8th place, Leo Ballou of Des Moines Lincoln. Leo Blau. 7th place, Dylan Witt, Cedar Falls. 6th place, Christian Stanek, Xavier, Cedar Rapids. 5th place, Griffin Malley, Notre Dame, Danville. 4th place, James Edwards, Johnston. 3rd place, Carter Martinson, Southeast Polk. Your runner-up, Dreyzon Phillips of Fort Dodge. And your 2020 Class 3A 138-pound state champion, Caleb Rathjen of Ankeny.